Wendy. She's usually a happy girl, but lately she's been cooped up in her bedroom on her computer for hours at a time. She hasn't been very active on her social media, and she seems withdrawn. But how can she help it when she spends most of her waking hours crying and staring at the same messages over and over again, telling her that she's not enough? Wendy is one of millions who have fallen victim to cyberbullying, even though not every case is like hers. Cyberbullying can be terrible for your self-esteem and your mental health, and it can persist even if you take drastic measures. Hi, I'm Satpute, and I'm going to be talking about cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is normally defined as bullying that happens over digital devices. Normally, it occurs on social media, like in online forums or communities. It can be hard to notice it unless your online life is being monitored closely, and bullies can access information about you. Makes it harder to both avoid them and to catch them. But that's not all there is to it. Let's revisit Wendy for a second. She kept receiving direct messages that kept telling her that she wasn't enough. She's just happy it didn't turn out the way it did with her friend Gina, who had some of her embarrassing photos and videos posted on social media by a bully. As you can see, the two girls are in very different situations. Wendy was experiencing harassment, which is a form of cyberbullying that involves, you guessed it, harassment to the victim. Gina, meanwhile, was outed, which is when the bully tries to humiliate the victim by sharing some of their information. Other forms of cyberbullying include cyberstalking, in which the bully threatens to cause the victim harm in real life, and masquerading, in which the bully assumes a fake identity to harass or to cyberstalk the victim. Wendy's parents have noticed that she seems sad and anxious lately, and they're certain it's because of what happens in her bedroom with the door shut. So one night they tell her they're going to try to look into her messages to see what's been making her so sad. Wendy's nervous though, because she's afraid her parents will get mad at her for letting this happen. But she'll soon find that none of this was her fault at all. The best way to get rid of a cyberbully is to tell someone about your situation so they can help you. And even though it's easier said than done, getting offline more often is good for you as well. I promise no one's going to get mad at you because it wasn't your fault and it's not like you were hurting anyone. Wendy and her parents have talked, and although they restricted her screen time, they're not mad at her. Wendy stops paying attention to her messages, and since the bully sees she isn't affected anymore, they eventually leave her alone. Wendy finally has her life back, and everyone's happy. So, being a victim of cyberbullying isn't exactly the best situation to find yourself in. But even if you've never been cyberbullied before, just remember that they probably don't know you in real life. And that, in my opinion, is what differentiates cyberbullying from traditional bullying the most. Thank you.